So we're putting around about 50 kilometres now, so the audio should be okay here. Overall, what do you think of the hyperlapse? That was the first one I've ever done, and that sunset shot, well, that was taken with the good drone. That was the Mavic 4 Pro. There's a really bad channel in the road along here. Yeah, so anyway, this is the first of the videos, and you know, with new cameras, audio, drones, accessories on the bike, plus the cooking stuff. I've sort of, you know, went out of my way and did the best I could to put something together which was watchable. So hopefully, you know, you guys have a look at it and think it's all right, and if so, give it a thumbs up or a like or a comment. Here it is here now. Look at this bloody thing. Fancy hitting this hard, especially on a primitive bike like this Royal Enfield. It'd knock the gas right out of you, or dare I say anything else. Mind you, the video you're watching now, I didn't go out and knock this all over in one hit. I don't know, I find that now I'm pushing close on 74 to, you know, it's just a fair bit of work, and I've got to go out in a few different runs and do one thing at a time. And apart from that, apart from it wears you out getting on and off the bike and getting angles and talking and concentrating on everything, it's a hard slog. I tell you what, there's a little spot down further where there's a bit of a clearing and I can get off this main track, and I think I'll have that cup of coffee midweek noonday, so you wouldn't expect anyone else to be hanging around here apart from me. So if there's no one there, yeah, clear track too. We'll go in. This'll do. Just work our way through this crap. Don't know if I want to go down into that. I'm over this way. Yeah, so I've got everything including the kitchen sink. I've got this. I'm going to make myself a hot dog. Fry pan. All the stuff you need. I've got the water, stove, this. Swing back over here. Just check if this is still tracking. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay guys, we're going to use the 5-box stove here today. It's a nice compact little one. By the looks of it could rain, so I can't fool around here very long, so we won't be going into detail on this particular stove, but we'll catch up on it next time. So it's a very simple one. You just pull her out like that, run her in, the 5-box in there itself. Then I'm going to use Metho today to kick it. Who tightened that? Better. We're going to use Metho as the fuel. I've got to put these little clips in this one here to get it to sit up on it. So with this particular stove, so you've got your fuel in there like so. We'll have to start it. I haven't used this crap for a long time, so hopefully there's some. I thought I had a lighter here somewhere, like a knife in there. There's the knife. Hopefully that'll kick her over. Out of practice there, but it's working. You know, not like those YouTubers that go out there and everything they do first time. This would have been better. Yep. This would have been better probably if I had that out there when I did it. But as it is now, we just turn this part here in before it starts getting going. Far out. Got me water. the lid. See, I'll tell you what, that was a hard slog with the fire stick. I'll have to get myself a better knife. It should, see, if you can get it, it was too hard getting it in there, it should have been another way, but there. Better luck next time. It would have been better if I would have went up like this and went, never liked that. Bastard. Anyway, hopefully you can see the flames coming out of it. This is a nice water container. Bit expensive to buy. They're around about, don't want to scare you, it's about $60 I think, but you know, that's how it is. I bought that burner there about 10 years ago when I went to Northern Territory. I had an MX-5 turbo and took it up there and rode it, or drove it in the open limit over 600 kilometres flat out. And our first night we pulled up at Cunnamulla. Couldn't get anything except a motel. There was no food available to buy anywhere in the place. It was closed down. It was too late for that. But I brought out this Trangia and I said to the wife, we've brought some reserves in this sort of esky I'd brought along in the car. We'll do our own cooking inside the motel. Instead of using metho, somebody told me to use shellite. You're not supposed to be doing any cooking, anything in the motel, but we're pretty hungry. I took that Trangia into the bathroom toilet area combined and started cooking in there. Now, I don't know, after a while the shellite must have got a bit excited and all of a sudden it blew up into a big ball of flame and threw this black smoke all up the side of the vanity unit into the shower recess, and the bloody room was virtually on fire, and I had to run back out into the other room and get one of our towels and knock it out. The wife and I spent 2 or 3 hours using soap and that to try to get the black tinge all off, because I was thinking this is going to cost me quite a bit of money. They're going to charge me for the damage to the room. But surprisingly, the next day it was all clear and you wouldn't even know them. But and I think it was because of the shellite. I don't know, it just didn't like that stove much. Since then I've always used metho. But I tried it at another place up at Uluru, and this time out in the open, and once again the bloody thing went into a fireball. So I was right next to a guy camping on a motorcycle in his trailer, and I tell you what, it's a hard life when you get out there and you can't do it. But I've learned a lot since then, and this idea now with metho on this particular fire, look, it's going really well now. And it's pretty cold here today. It's only around about, I think it's 8 degrees. It's hard to believe you can go out and make yourself a cup of coffee on a miserable little stove like that with just 4 walls, a little base plate on it. Does a really good job. That's it. I've got a bloody fry pan with me, and I was going to cook a couple of pieces of toast and make it into a hot dog while I'm there. Just swing around this way a bit, just in case that, like when you look under it, it's a fair flame there now. I've got a little bit of a windbreak there for it to it if it need be. When you see this put together, you'll probably say, doesn't take much to do it. But just to do this bit of crap ties up, I don't know, a good hour. Get camera set up, move them around and things like that. Bloody doing a tough look here. I brought a bun, buttered bun to whip in the guts of this one. And in Australia, we all know what these are, don't we, hey? 2 Francos. Over in the US they'd be a different colour, but here that's what we use if we're going to do a hot dog. And so I don't know how this idea is going to go today, but what I'll do is put that coffee in there. This reminds me of what my earlier fox hunting days, you know, doing it tough. Oh, We've got a flame out. It's still pretty hot. Just not enough to... I might have to hope for the best. Fuel up. Might try the easy way out this time. Yep. Taste this shit and see if it's any good. Nah, more sugar. Got the measurement there, but I think I'll just... That looks like enough. So I reckon overall, I would have been in deep shit if I would have set a light to the Cunnamulla Hotel, or motel. Just, that's all right too. This is the first time out with all this new stuff, apart from the fire. And, you know, you just don't know how things are going to go. And there's so much to think about too, because you can get over there, that little controller over there, if you happen to tread on that while you're walking around or something to that effect, well, that would wipe out that camera there. Even the little firebox and that, there's little items in there what you've got to make sure that you don't lose. So there's a fair bit of thinking that goes on. Then you get over there and pack up the bike and that. I'll have to narrow it down to have less stuff and work it out and get things together if I'm going to do a series on all this. But geez, I tell you what, that coffee's all right. Oh yeah, I'm going to freaking give it to this. That will do, I think. Oh no, bugger it, I'll give it a bit more. I could have bought some bacon too. That would have been a bit quicker. I might as well flog out the stuff. Look at this. Tomato sauce. I'll just show you. See how good this little camera tracks. So you're moving around pretty quick. Like so. Hopefully it's picking me up. Yeah, I can see a fair bit of use for this. Yeah, it's definitely working. Bit hard to see, it's so bloody small. Yeah. Oh well, that'll do all right. Surely this is ready now. Oh, fuck yeah. Far out, yeah. Just stay there. Alright, we'll have this over again. We'll put those bloody 4 pieces on there. Bit of tomato sauce. Right. The cooked one. Over the top. It tastes barbecuey. It's alright though. I'll take that off. I don't know if this is eating out the thing or entertainment, bugged if I know. But, fuck yeah. I won't be eating that one. But, more importantly, I've got reserves. I'll probably be saying when I watch it, that friggin' warrow is more like an animal. But, in real life, I'd say, when you're out here cooking, this is how it goes. But overall, it's not bad. So anyway guys, hopefully there's a bit of footage that comes out here while we've been doing this. Hasn't been a total waste of time. I didn't think they were allowed to camp here, but there's been fires there. There's been fires here. So I suppose it just depends on how lucky you are and you don't get caught. There's no, whoever's camped there like had been there for quite a while. But overall, nice spot. So apart from that, cheers from now. And hopefully I'll catch you on that next one and we'll head up along the road.